Roll in. Let's get back in it.
All right, welcome back. This is Ep 13 Part 2. Sorry for the quick chop up, but we're back once again. It's the Herb, T.Rome. And we went through real quickly best teams and MVP candidates for the quarter season awards, as it were. Next, we'll talk about the most improved player. So, again, y'all know we're from Toronto, and I know a lot of stuff you hear from me and from some of the other people on the podcast, except, of course, Jesus Noir is a little homerish.
I am a homer, too.
So
can't help it.
I'm going to go ahead and say it. Right now, most improved candidates, two of them, Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam.
How are you going to steal my thunder like
They
that?
have held it down. Even as a diehard Raptors fan, I was very surprised when Nick Nurse decided to start VanVleet into the beginning of the season. I get why he did it, because the bench wasn't representing.
Yeah.
I understand that. I still don't know how I feel about him being a starter, because that's a lot of firepower off the bench, a lot of stability off the bench that we lose. But VanVleet's been an all-star to this point.
Yep.
Siakam 100%. Is, as we mentioned in the previous segment, has been nuts. He's doing so many things. He's being a leader. He's extended his game. He's got the pull-up three now.
He's hitting threes at a clip we did not think. Not even a clip, but even a quality that we did not expect in the past.
Like it's a reliable shot.
From anywhere on the arc.
It's a reliable
shot. From
shot.
the pocket, from the top corner, from dead center. He's not that guy who can shoot it from 4 feet beyond, but Freddie is.
Yeah.
Freddie definitely is.
Ever since game 4 of the semifinals against the Bucks, that boy can hit shots.
Post birth of his son, I think it was.
VanVleet Jr.
As soon as that baby came out, he it was healthy and 10 fingers and 10 toes. You know, the pressure. You can see the stress melt away.
He's been lights out shooter since then.
And he's continued it. I am too a straight up Raptor homer on this one. Yeah. But they earned it. They really did. So. They have earned it. It would be, I think by the end of the season, you're going to see that it's definitely Siakam, because VanVleet had the advantage of taking over the point guard completely when Lowry was hurt.
11 straight games without him?
Yeah, that's a lot. And but he ran his shooting, his scoring up to 18 points a game. Assists are up.
I'm surprised it's that low. Right? I'm surprised he's only scoring 18 points a game.
Yeah,
like you don't see him score. You don't really see him score in the 20s. Yeah, so I don't know. That's impossible.
That's an over 7-point difference. Oh. So it's very impressive, and I think VanVleet is being noticed across the league now. You know, people say, "Hey, who's that VanVleet guy in the championship getting buckets?" And then he's doing it again as the season starts.
Rass might be in trouble next year, man, because that boy's gonna garner a big contract.
That's a real decision. I think if there's and it's going to be an interesting choice for somebody's home. Stop the presses.
Give us enough time, though.
Chop.
Give us enough time.
Part 3's coming.
Last, before we go, I would also say Ingram and Wiggins would be my other most improved. And this is the aforementioned
Kyle Lowry. In the house, everybody. Hi, buddy.
Say hi real quick.
We're gonna take a
and we're
pause.
Gonna cut this up. Oh, you see the pun there? Anyway, yeah. With that, we out. Peace out. It's been the Mansdem.
Pick up the pace, I guess, a bit.
All right, welcome back to the Mansdem. It's the Herb, T.Rome.
3.
Episode 13. Part 3. All right, we're going to get through this, though, people, so thank you for hanging in with us. So we just talked about the most improved, unanimous between the two homers here.
I was sorry to finish my point there was that that Siakam is probably going to get this in the end, unless he gets himself into that MVP talk and he'll lose the votes. Now that if Kyle and Freddie are healthy all season, it'll be hard for him to maintain that 18 points a game. So that might regress a little bit, just because and they're going to cut his minutes at some point. I would hope.
Jeez,
for playoffs, right?
You have to.
Both of them need a little minutes cut,
right?
So he may lose that by 10%. At the end of the year.
All right, on to the rookies, and there haven't been too many standouts in my opinion. Right now, I think John Morant's running away with it, but Kendrick Nunn of the Heat has stepped in as a kind of out of the blue nomination, as has the Raptors' Terrence Davis. But it's really early, and rookies are really feeling themselves out. R.J. Barrett had some moments, but that's a shit show in New York. So, and I don't think anything good can come to a New York player. So, no matter what he does, it's like not happening.
You might be right. I think R.J. Barrett probably should get this in the end. I thought he was. Don't shoot me. I thought he was probably the better player to pick than Zion.
Okay.
I think he had a better toolbox and a better NBA body ready to go out of the gate.
Yeah.
And he was a better shooter, and he's a better shooter. RJ, I think he's more tools, and he has that pedigree. And we know all these juniors are coming up like houses of fire when they get in the league when they're the youngin. They got a dad who played basketball. That being said, it's John Morant right now. The Heat got a couple guys. But nobody's really doing as much as Morant is in Memphis.
No, especially consistently.
He gets a heavy load.
Yeah.
And he's handling it.
Yeah, for sure. Just because you mentioned really quickly, Zion Williamson is apparently on his way back shortly. But I think with this current injury, I don't think he'll actually play enough games anyway to actually qualify for Rookie of the Year. So he might put up a decent stretch of numbers. He might even get to magically average 20 points. But I mean,
it would be too few.
If we get half a season out of Zion Williamson, I'd be very surprised. So I don't think no matter what he does that he will be in the end conversation for Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, Terrence Davis probably on any other team. You mentioned his name. Would be in this conversation watching him play. He's a real treat to watch. He's not going to be in the top 5 of this voting.
No.
Because he just doesn't get the minutes.
And he's on too good of a team. That's what you have to understand. Yeah. He's on too good of a team to get the minutes he's going to need to be consistently noticed as a rookie.
He looks like he could almost start sometimes. Like every time he shoots a 3, his form is perfect. And he looks like he can hit them from anywhere, and he throws these incredible passes. He's dropping dimes that are mature beyond his years kind of play.
He's surprised.
Sitting there going, if he started at the 2 instead of Norm Powell, which shouldn't happen, because Norm is earning his minutes, he'd be putting up some. It
would be interesting.
Eyebrows.
I think. That's the one thing when you bring a rookie onto a strong team, they're just not expected to start. You're a late draft pick or what have you. You're not expected to get minutes. You are a project essentially. And just like when they brought Caboclo in, that was a project. He wasn't expected to be good right away at all. They gave up on that project, and that's fine. But it's anytime you get especially coming into a championship team, anytime you get a rookie coming onto a championship team. You can't expect this guy to be playing. So any minutes he gets is a bonus.
It's a bonus. And it's a good 15 a game. All right, I appreciate it.
Right.
So what's next?
Coaches of the year through the quarter year way. What do you got?
I think this is a battle of two people. Nick Nurse is the obvious one. Everyone's talking Nick Nurse. Mm-hmm. And it's fair.
So he and Vogel both got Coaches of the Month.
Coaches of the Month,
that accurate for you?
I mean, I'm not taking away Vogel's Coach of the Month, for sure. But I think the other guy is Eric Spoelstra.
Okay.
The Heat are playing above their level.
Oh, my God.
They're very good. I expected them to be better. I did not expect them to be this good.
I was expecting 8 seed at best.
Right.
For the Heat. So
Jimmy Butler is going to make them better. But he's also making everybody around him better, which is not something you'd say about Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Buckets, man.
Right?
He's volatile.
But it's probably Nick Nurse by an edge because he's had to deal with
Big injuries.
No Kawhi, no Danny Green, no Kyle Lowry, no Noah Ibaka. And for spells, he was probably expecting to put Patrick McCaw in this rotation.
That too, and Anunoby's missed time.
And Anunoby's missed a few games, right? A couple guys, all these role players, so he's got to juggle a lot.
Yeah.
And he's had to ride Marc Gasol probably a bit more than he wanted to, and that guy's got to have tired legs after a full championship run,
the Euros,
and then winning a World Cup,
for sure.
So Nick Nurse by hair. We'll see how it goes for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I think Nick Nurse deserves Coach of the Year to this point. Spoelstra, because he just always gets his guys to play up above what you expect, man. So I don't think the Heat are that solid of an all-around team, but he's got them competing with the top teams in the league, and they're right there in the East right now. They're the second, third best record in the East. They just beat Toronto in Toronto, so credit due, man. Credit due. By
the way, I mentioned Marc Gasol's name back there, over in the corner. You see her walk past, and where's the world's biggest Marc Gasol fan? Come out and say hi.
There you go. Right.
I've got my jersey.
Right. She's got her. She's going to get her jersey. She's flash in the back.
She's going to get her jersey.
She's going to flash in the back. While she hunts that down, Rookie of the Year.
All the way.
Oh, sorry. We just did Rookie of the Year. There it is.
There you go. Gasol. Yeah. One of 5 sold in Toronto. The Gasol jerseys.
He's a team player.
He's a team
player. Pass him. So Giannis is my MVP. Siakam probably will be my most improved by the end of the year, but it might be Freddie. Morant's my rookie. Nurse is my coach.
Yeah. I'm gonna go.
Even though I'm a homer, and that sounds like too many Raptors. It is not.
I'm gonna go with. I think the writers love the story of Luka being the MVP. It's gonna be a hard fought battle between him and LeBron, because I think writers want to give LeBron another one, because again, he's been out of the conversation for a couple of years just because he's too consistently great, and he's been taken for granted. And this is coming from a guy who's not even a LeBron fan, so I understand the boy's been underappreciated. He didn't finish out last year, so coming back this year, with the more success the Lakers have, the bigger his profile becomes this year. So I think LeBron and Luka are going to duke it out. I think people are going to get tired of Harden's usage rate and his volume, so that's going to hurt him. And Giannis, although he's been nice, I don't think he's not really doing anything more than he's done last year. So I think Luka and LeBron are going to be 2 front runners. I think Pascal is going to be in that most improved conversation, but on a lesser note, Brandon Ingram. But I don't know if they want to do it for a team that's not going to be competing for a playoff spot. So that might hurt. That might hurt Ingram a little bit. I think rookie right now is John Morant. I would like to see RJ Barrett do a little something, but again, he's in New York City, and nothing he can do there is going to be good enough for anybody. So John Morant's probably going to take that. And then Coach of the Year. If the Raptors continue to do what they're doing and be in the top 3, after the loss that they've had personnel-wise, I think Nick Nurse is going to be up there. But if Spoelstra can pull out a top 4 spot for the Heat, it's his.
If they can get a first-round home game, or a home series, it'll be. You got to really
their roster just isn't that. I'm sorry, it's not.
If they make top, if they make top 4, I mean the Raptors are champs. They still have championship players, and the Heat don't.
Right. Absolutely. On to some random Raptors stuff. What do you want to talk about, man? They had an interesting week this week. They beat up the Jazz on Sunday.
Yep, I was at that game. Right. You will catch me in the background of Marc Gasol's dunk that he's very proud of.
There you go. Tough game against the Heat on Tuesday. And another tough game against Houston.
Yeah.
And they play the 76ers tomorrow, which is a new week.
What do you gotta say about the best part about that is that the Raptors probably have 3 days off here before that Sixers game.
Couple practices, couple strategy sessions,
and a couple sleep-ins. Right, a day off is going to go a long way. Because they have had a very tough schedule.
Absolutely.
If you don't follow at NBA_math on Twitter, you should. They've got great graphics and great numbers and things that make your eyes open. And they will point out to you that of the winning teams, the Raptors have had the toughest schedule in the East.
Strength of schedule counts for something, people.
Absolutely. And so they're still the only top team, top 5 in defense and offense that have had this hard schedule. You know, the Bucks have had a weak schedule. I'm not taking anything from them. The Sixers have had a weak schedule. The Celtics have had a weak schedule compared to these Raptors. The Heat have had a decent schedule. In the West, it's the same thing for the Clippers. The Clippers have had a very tough schedule. The Lakers have a very easy schedule. So when going forward, as a fan of the Raptors, we were hoping that they kind of feast on some lesser,
give us that
lesser
weakness.
of the league,
give us the weakness for
right,
a bit,
and maybe cut some minutes on your heavy use players.
Yep.
And run that win count up so they can hang with these guys. And you see, I think you'll see the Clippers take off too because they also have had a tough schedule. On the weak side of that schedule, we mentioned the Lakers, the Bucks, the Celtics, the Sixers. It'll be fun to watch them start playing some bigger teams, right?
It will.
I mean, we saw the Clippers lose to the Bucks. That was a big matchup right there.
Yeah, man. I thought that would at least be a close game.
Right?
Jeez.
And now that the Raptors are through this week, right? That the Heat, Rockets, and Sixers in a week, almost through this week. That's a tough week.
That's a tough week.
That's
man.
about as tough as it gets, right? That's as tough as the road trip, right?
Yeah.
And hopefully they can pull out a W against the Sixers again and put a little stamp on who they are.
Right.
Because those, the Heat you could see their legs were tired at the end of that Heat, fourth quarter of that Heat game.
And that was just reintegrating Kyle Lowry back into the game as well.
And against the Rockets, they kind of just got lit up by some role players. If those guys are going to hit shots, then those guys are going to hit shots, and you take that.
Bad early start.
They missed a few of their own
second half,
but if Ben McLemore's going to go, 8 of 17,
that's the thing.
Then you let him do it because
McLemore, House, and Tucker are going to beat you. Shit, I'll take my chance. I like that. I like that
every day. And they got to need a record to win. Then you live with that.
Yeah.
I got one thing on X Raptors. It kind of came up to some weird stuff. People were talking about trading DeMar DeRozan. One executive was like, bring him to the Raptors. And I've had some conversations in the Twitter sphere with some people about it. And I don't think the fit is good anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they can they'd have to send
what contract's going to match up? It's going to be Gasol, it's going to be Lowry, it's got to be Ibaka.
It's got to be Ibaka, and I don't think anybody.
And I just don't think it makes sense.
It doesn't make sense to really do that.
Not for Raptors anyway.
Things around, but the team that I think should do it is the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah, you mentioned that. We did have a conversation about that one.
Because they become an insane scoring juggernaut with 4 guys who can light you up for 40 on any given night. Who can take over the game. You have in Kristaps and Luka and DeMar. You can put the ball whoever's the most on fire.
And so you're putting Hardaway in there as well. Then is he the fourth guy?
Hardaway's going to go the other way, I think. In the trade.
Oh, okay.
For the money.
Man, that boy, that boy can't keep a team, man.
He cannot. I mean, Hardaway is good, but I mean, you're taking DeRozan over Hardaway every single time, right?
Yeah, you are.
Aren't you? Right.
He does more.
He
does more.
And he's having a fantastic year.
His numbers he's still steady.
His scoring is the same, but his numbers in assists and rebounds are both up.
Since last year, man, yeah.
He's going to command a lot of attention, I think, at the trade deadline.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting one. So it depends if the Spurs want to go the route of draft picks or if they want a player right now. But I think Aldridge and DeRozan are definitely on the block.
On the block,
because
absolutely.
They got this crazy, incredible streak going right now of playoff appearances. So do they give up on that or do they try to get better right now and right the ship?
Yeah, because at the quarter pole, they are not looking very good.
They're not.
And we'll see what they look like at the halfway point. And then they'll make a choice, I think. But that's my guy. That's the team I think should go get DeMar DeRozan because that would be a fabulously fun team to watch. They can run, they can shoot.
That's true.
They can pass. That would be great.
It'd be interesting. So we'll keep you guys, apprised of any DeRozan related information that comes our way, of course, and we'll see what happens, man. But until then, it's the Herb. T.Rome.
Where Kyle Lowry at?
Kyle Lowry's in the background somewhere. This has been the Mansdem. Thanks again for watching. You know the deal. Like, subscribe, share. Peace out.